a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Ah, that home race vibe. Let's try to make this a good one. Compared to the last couple of races, we've been pretty poor. So this is critical that we have a good one here. Really would like to make up for the poor showing in Suzuka. That was a terrible race. This is going to be much better because I said it will. Just gonna throw a setup here at random.
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
Well, that's a shock. It's not prepared for rain. Yeah, I'm gonna go low on the tire pressures just for extra traction. Well, let's just go out and let's knock at least the acclimatization out. We should be able to do this before rain, so rain shouldn't even be an issue. And yes, the racing line is back on. It is always on for Coda.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
Okay, this is incredibly difficult. My chest is so sore from last night that trying to steer with this force feedback is going to be next to impossible. We could be in for a long one here. Whew.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
So mostly purple, that's good. On the first try, I hate this corner. But if it's purple, it's good enough for me.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding of this circuit.
Well, it's my home race, so I would hope to have a good understanding of it.
Until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain. Great stuff. You've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
Just keep up decent minimal apex speed. Into turn one, we're doing okay. Ah! You know, that's the only time that I've actually had an issue with that curb. It was this one, right? Yeah. So, I guess I'll just come through and do this part again. Almost went all purple. Pretty good. Pretty good. I gotta save this. This is a pretty good dry setup. This is a great setup. I don't think there's much tweaking that really needs to be done. There's not much to be said, except to save it. Save it as a home GP. There's rain. It's supposed to
I
fall
know it's
soon.
tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Oh, no. It says it's going to be dry but overcast. I think we can do another one. Yeah, we can do another one. There's no weather change. Well, there's the rain. But let's see if we can get the lap done here.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex. Okay, test.
Boom. Perfect. We'll just do the race program and then maybe the qualifying, and we'll call it a day. But we'll have to do that probably we'll probably do that in FP3 because it's going to rain. Well, it is raining already, but it's going to continue to rain, I think. Is everyone still on 6? Still on 6. But why? Still on slicks. I don't get it. I don't know. Let's just get to FP2 anyway.
It's time to remind ourselves of
Give us some consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy. Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
two American cars chasing each other down. The Haas and the United. We'll just call ourselves the United, I guess.
Great lap. You've nailed what we
I
asked
had to
for.
get
Keep
past.
it up.
That was scary, but I had to get past. Poor exit. Poor exit. Oh, thank you. Windows. Ah, a bit deep.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused. Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
All right. Was that Delatraz in P2? Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, he was. He was for a moment. He was. We'll do this, and that'll be it. We'll get straight to actual qualifying, and then we'll do the race.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
Okay. Took me a while to get back on the power through there. Want to redo that corner?
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Okay. It's close on difficulty, I think. Maybe we'll try 88, but yeah, I think we're close. But maybe bump it just a little bit. We'll see.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's
Maybe 87. Try that. Okay, let's change the power unit and do qualifying. Oh, hello in chat. We'll put the 5th unit in and 4th unit for the energy store and control electronics. Gearbox is, well, that's a new gearbox, so it's fine. Man, we've dropped down the standings with a couple bad results, so we're gonna need to bounce back here. This is always a tense qualifying track. Home race time. Let's do it. Well, home qualifying first. Home qualifying. Let's go out. Make sure we have a clear track when we go out. I don't want to get interrupted, especially that final sector. Go out now. Yep.
Engine fired. We're set.
Thanks for subscribing as well. We'll try to put in a good one here. We're gonna have to go out a second time, I guarantee it, but let's just try to make this first lap decent. Racing line on for this race only, and it's because turn 1 is blind and I can't see turn 1. So it's the only reason the racing line is on, effectively, just for turn 1. Other than that, I wouldn't need it. Looks like there's no one behind us or in front of us other than that car. Favorite hockey team is the Carolina Hurricanes. But I'm just generally a fan of hockey in general as well. But that's who I cheer for. If you're talking NHL team. Oh, I forgot to change the fuel mix. Right. Oh, the Bruins. That's who we ran into in the playoffs. 2 years in a row we've been knocked out by Boston. Maybe a little bit of a rivalry going. No, Boston has a really good hockey team. Bunch of veteran players. Bergeron's probably my favorite player on Boston. He's a really good two-way player. I hate Marchand, but I think everyone who's not a Boston fan hates Marchand. Just a bit wide on the final corner.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
P15. Yeah, we're gonna have to go again. That's okay. Starting to wonder if we will have a hockey season next year. It's kind of silent on that front a little bit. Feels like it's been I think about 8 months since I went to the last game. Something like that. It's been a long time. I mean, normally about this time we would be getting close to the halfway point if it was a normal year. In January, okay. It would just be like it would almost be like that lockout shortened year in 2013. It would be kind of like that, I think. You could just kind of look at it as if they had a half-season lockout, if you wanted to. It's kind of like that. This year's playoffs just didn't quite feel the same. I watched until the Hurricanes got eliminated. And then I kind of tuned out for a while. So it was just not as interesting this year once my team was gone. I watched a little bit of the final, but I really couldn't bring myself to watch much of it. I don't know. This year just felt weird. The playoff. I mean, they did the best they could with what they had to work with. I didn't disagree with the format. I mean, kind of hard to figure out a perfect format when not everyone's played the same amount of games by March or whenever the season was cut off.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 33.7.
Let's see, we're gonna go the latest we could go out. What's the lap time? So it's a 1 minute 30. We did a 33. It's not bad, actually. 33. We could probably go out just before 2 minutes and get around in time. Everyone's gone out now. We'll wait until Magnussen gets to the end of the straight and we'll do our second lap. We are just inside the Q2 time right now.
Specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio.
I don't want to change anything, Jeff.
Hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the
Yeah, shut up, Jeff. Shut up. I don't care. I didn't even look at the sector times where we need to be quicker. We need to be quicker everywhere. Driver in front.
Gasly is ahead of you. Their best lap time is a 1:33.4.
Okay, so we're 3/10 off Gasly. Driver behind.
Raikkonen is behind you. Their best lap time is a 1 minute 34.0.
Okay, so he's 3/10 behind us. And the cutoff is Grosjean at the moment. Well, no, the cutoff is Raikkonen. Raikkonen is the cutoff at the moment. Oh, that was a nasty lockup. We should be clear of traffic on this lap. This is a critical lap. love to make Q2 in my home race. Okay. Fronts are already taking a beating. Three tenths gain in the first corner. That's good. I'd like to see 4 tenths. Impressive improvement so far. Trying to be very careful. The back end wants to step out in that section. Very tight here. Don't understeer. Lost all the lap time in that one corner. I lost all that lap time. I had 4 tenths gained. Let's try to have a good final sector here. Yes. Yes. More time. More lap time. Touch wide on the final corner, but it is a 1 second improvement. We should be into the next session. What did I think of Grosjean? Oh god, Grosjean's crash was the scariest thing I've seen live since I started watching F1. Scariest thing I've seen. I thought I watched a driver die on live television. Fortunately, he's okay. That is P8. That is an improvement. I seriously had thought he died on impact. But that just shows you how much safer the sport has become. These cars, the engineering is incredible. I mean, absolutely amazing that he walks away from that with minor burns as his most significant injury. I mean, that's just a miracle. If it wasn't for the halo, I think he would have more than likely been beheaded, because it was the halo that actually pushed the barrier away and actually created somewhere for the car to go. And it's also a good thing that the cars are designed. They are designed to rip in half like that, to separate the back half of the car containing the engine and the gearbox and everything, so the energy is distributed more evenly and taken away from the driver. And that also, who knows what would have happened if the car doesn't separate like that. Who knows what would have happened.
Checks complete. All personnel be aware we have a car leaving.
I mean, he could have been stuck between the guardrail and underneath the guardrail, and maybe he would have had no way to get out if he doesn't go a little bit further into that guardrail. Who knows? Just kind of scary to think about. Kind of a crappy way to end your Formula 1 career, though. I hope he gets a test drive. Mercedes or Ferrari are looking into maybe giving him a test drive, a private test, before he bows out of F1. I hope he gets it, because that's kind of a crappy way to step away from F1. That crash happens 3 years ago. Driver is dead. even just 3 years ago, the driver is more than likely dead. I dislike the Halo purely from an aesthetic perspective. I don't like the way it looks, but I appreciate what it does for safety. I think that fans should be allowed to have that opinion. We can say it looks ugly because honestly I think it does, but I also appreciate the safety it brings.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
I keep outbraking myself into this corner. So we're just, this is one run. We have one shot to make Q2, or Q3. This is Q2. I was hoping Grosjean could race tomorrow at Abu Dhabi, but he will not be. He's unable to. His injuries are too significant. Oh, that was close. I almost lost the back end. I don't know that it was good enough to make Q3. No, it's not. It's not good enough to make Q3, but P13 is overachieving in the Season 1 car. So I'll take it. It's a very good lap. We have a good chance to maybe put some points, to go for points. If we have a good race, if we don't crash. I don't have flashbacks. I cannot use flashbacks in qualifying or the race. So if we crash, we crash. I'm still trying to get over the last couple of races. So let's just try to be very patient on turn 1, lap 1. Wait, P13. Do I have the outside to turn? I don't remember. I don't remember where P13 is on the grid. P13 is on the same side that pole is, but I don't remember where pole is on this circuit. I think pole is on the right side. Oh, I cannot remember. I think pole is on the... I may have time to look this up. Is there anything to change? I don't think there's anything to change. Yeah, we need to get we could get some, we could really use some points here. Favorite driver and team? I'm a Ferrari fan, and Seb is my favorite driver. He was the first driver I ever cheered for when I got into F1, so kind of sad he's leaving Ferrari after tomorrow. So it's been the end of an era. I'm gonna have to go quiet for a second.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin, in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself 14 miles southeast of the city centre and home to the US Grand Prix since 2012. The latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. It's the Circuit of the Americas then, situated 14 miles outside the great city of Austin. This is a 3.6 mile lap with 20 corners, 10 each to the left and to the right. and top speeds of around 200 miles per hour. Overtaking opportunities are available into turns 1 and 12, especially with that rear wing DRS wide open. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? They need third or better to ensure they stay in contention for the championship. Outside of that, well, their fate is no longer in their hands.
The key now will be to keep in the right mindset. We've seen time and again that things go wrong if you just try and do the minimum. Not necessarily because of the pressure, but because it's different to your usual approach. They'll need to avoid that and stay focused today.
It's time to see how our
I think it's
drivers are
Bottas on
stacking
pole.
up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas
Yep.
lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Vettel, Sergio Perez, and Sainz, Ocon, Norris, the Rainmaster, and
grid
Max
penalties.
Verstappen, Stroll, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean, and Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Russell, Daniel Kvyat. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Kimi Raikkonen, Delatraz, Latifi, Leclerc, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out.
All right.
Let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
All right, we've been promoted. We're going to start P9, no pressure. That gives us a really good chance for points. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm a Vettel fan primarily, but I'm a Ferrari fan. So if you drive for Ferrari, I'm going to cheer for you. Here's our setup. I'll go even slower so I can reference this in the future if I need to reference this setup. Actually, I think I have to save. Didn't I save this? I think I saved this setup. Yeah, I did. Okay. Verstappen. Yeah, Verstappen is crazy, insanely talented. And McLaren are on the way up. They're on the way back up. They're gonna be really good if they get Mercedes engines next year. So as long as they fit that engine to the chassis correctly, and if they integrate it into the chassis correctly, they will be just fine. That was their biggest problem when they had Honda engines. They didn't integrate it correctly into the chassis. Ooh, this is an interesting strategy. I'm going to go medium to hard. But I think McLaren will be really good next year. As a Ferrari fan, it's just going to be another year of pain. It's going to suck. This year has been hard. And with Vettel announcing his move to Aston Martin, it's been even tough. But I'm still going to be cheering for Seb when he moves to Aston Martin. But I'm primarily going to be cheering for Ferrari as a team. Yeah, Carlos is a very good driver.
You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
I'm looking forward to him actually coming to Ferrari. I just hope that he and Leclerc don't butt heads too much. Leclerc tends to be quite aggressive with his teammates. But the future of F1 is very talented. It is full of lots of young talent, and if they all get good enough cars, it could be very exciting watching them race against each other. Russell and Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Albon. It remains to be seen. I don't think Albon is quite at that. Either he'll never be good enough or he's not good enough right now. I think they put him in that Red Bull seat way too soon. But that's my opinion. Also, I mean, it's tough having Max Verstappen as your teammate. He is the measuring stick, and that's a very difficult measuring stick. The only driver that's been able to contend with Verstappen in the same car is Daniel Ricciardo. And Ricciardo got out because he could see the writing on the wall. He knew that he knew that Max was going to get preferential treatment. So I don't blame him for leaving. I really don't blame him for leaving Red Bull. I just wish Ricciardo would get into like a championship winning seat, because he is championship caliber material.
The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
We have the outside to turn 1, that's good. We just got to be cautious here into turn 1. Let's have a good start. Alright, didn't know if the McLaren was going to give me the space. Oh, he's slow on the apex. That was terrifying. Okay, well, that was pretty good. Good start. My teammate is Louis Delatraz. He's pretty slow in Season 1. I've been way quicker than he has all season, which that's to be expected. He's really low overall rating.
Start. Let's keep it up.
This has been a really good start. I cannot lie. This has been a solid start. We're racing cars we shouldn't be racing. Just getting a touch of understeer on the last corner. I don't know if I can hold Ocon behind, but I'm gonna try. This is a very intense track. It's a very difficult track to just keep consistent on. I just drove it in a bit too hot. Gonna have to watch the tires. They're already getting very hot. Oh, and he's gonna send it. Who's going to get the better exit? Oh, we are side by side.
That's us down in place.
He's on the soft tire, I'm on the medium though. Fair enough. Driver in front.
Ocon ahead. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining.
2 stops.
Last lap was
There you have it.
41.2.
I'm on a 1 stop. I can just let him go. He's gonna have to stop twice anyway. We're just stopping once.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS.
I mean, I would prefer to keep him behind me, but I just don't have the pace to keep him behind. I'm struggling keeping these guys behind me. They're just faster and on faster tires. It's fair enough. It's also the Season 1 car versus these guys. As long as I can keep my pace consistent. Okay, Jeff. As long as I can keep my pace consistent until the pit stop phase. Now, we might struggle a bit on the hard tire in terms of pace, but yeah. doing the one stop, we're gonna have flexibility in terms of we don't have to worry about keeping these guys behind us necessarily. I'm gonna try to brake and cover him off on the exit. My pace on the medium tire is nowhere near what theirs is on the soft. I don't know how I'm keeping them behind, but I am. To be fair, Ocon's not pulling away by much. I'm out of DRS though.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.6 seconds.
Grosjean is in 9th. That's impressive. We're in an impressive spot right now. As it stands. Points would be amazing. That's the goal. Let's just try to get points. Look after the tires, try to just make the stint last, and try to get points. Now, Sainz is going to have DRS in the slipstream, but I don't think he's close enough. No, he's not. I tried not to move in the braking there. I know he was right there in the braking. Go away, Carlos. Don't bother me. Now, they'll have to pit probably around lap 9, I would assume. The people starting on used softs, at least. That's my guess. But most of these guys are probably going to be making 2 stops that are on the soft tire. Big lockup. I'm just struggling with braking. Every time I hit the brakes into these heavy braking zones, I'm locking the front tires. Good exit is critical. Pit stop information.
There's 25 laps of fuel remaining.
No, not pit stop information.
Only 1 stop to go. 1 stop left in this strategy. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time.
Okay, so 8 more laps until our pit window opens.
Fuel management has been superb all race. Keep it up.
I'm glad that this doesn't have an actual realistic tire model, or else the tires would be destroyed by this point with as many lockups as I've had. There's another one. I'm putting too much brake pressure in while trying
Car in front is 1.8 seconds.
while trying to turn. We need to upgrade the brake cylinders on this car. Now we're catching Ocon ahead, it looks like. I don't know what the delta has been, but it looks like we're gaining on him visually. Trying to just come out of there very carefully, not initiating too much wheel spin. Gotta watch the ERS. I think we're fine from Carlos. He's not a threat for now. Gosh. You can count the lockups on 2 hands. Been saving a lot of fuel. I am surprised we haven't burned away much of it. Still outside DRS, but only just. These guys are running out of tires, I can tell. My pace is starting to pick up and theirs is dropping off a bit. Turned in a little too early for that corner. No, just don't quite have DRS.
Right,
But
we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
oh, I'm not concerned about overtake right now. Oh, Perez had a massive lockup. He's feeling the pressure from Ocon. Can't afford to have too many of those kind of moments. I almost lost the back end. We have DRS though. That's good. Good for me. Oh, I didn't put it in rich mix. It's okay. Sainz is keeping with us. He's staying with us. I'm basically towing him right along. We're gonna have DRS down the straight. DRS, yeah. All right, now we can just let them tow us along. In the slipstream and DRS, I can save a little bit of fuel as well, because we're gonna need to burn it in the back half of this race. Now Sainz is gonna get a lot closer through this section, unfortunately, but there's nothing I can do about it. These guys are just gonna be slow. If we can get past them with DRS, that would be significant. Ah, I gotta lift. Oh my god. I have no front end through there following them through that section. The downforce just peels away as you get behind them in that high speed section. Sainz had an opportunity, but I defended from him. I tried to do it as clean as possible. I think it wasn't too bad. Now my tires aren't feeling amazing either, but I'm keeping pace with these soft tire runners now. Now that they look like their pace has dropped off a bit.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
Yeah, if I'm losing tire grip right now, then they are in a bad way with tire grip. Yeah, Perez is really struggling. Think he comes in this lap? He might have to come in on this lap. Go in, Perez. But give me DRS before you do. I have to lift. I have to lift ever so slightly. Yep, they're going in. So we stay out. Pit stop information.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left. Pit window will open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down. Maintain
They got
positive
lucky
delta.
with the VSC. Holy crap. Right as they went into pit, VSC comes out. That's going to help them lose less time in the pit stop phase.
Okay, slow down, slow down.
I know.
Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
So here comes Stroll. Or no, Norris, I'm sorry. On soft tires. Driver behind.
Norris behind. The gap behind us is 2.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 38.5.
So
VSC
Norris-
ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
Norris hasn't stopped yet. I lost time in the VSC, but it's okay. Now the tires are going to cool off because of the VSC. Oh my gosh, the tire wear is so bad that's not even flat anymore.
Louis is out of the race.
So that's our teammate out, by the way.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on
So
the
I guess we're flying the flag solo for the team now. So let's make the most of this. Now Lewis Hamilton should get past me quite quickly. I'm not concerned about that. Bad lockup again. Feeling the pressure from Hamilton. Haha. Oh, the tires are bad. Tire degradation is really bad.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
Oh! What? What did Hamilton do? Hamilton.
Check your MFD for a
What?
new strategy option.
Ah!
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here.
Oh my god.
Maintain a positive delta.
What? Box a slap. Hamilton ran into me. How did I get a penalty? Hamilton ran into me. Oh my, and Albon ran into me. Oh my god. That was a disaster. Well. Okay, race ruined, I guess. Oh my god. I have to wait and I have to change the wing. What a disaster. Thank you, Lewis Hamilton.
Exit now.
At least it happened in front of the pit lane.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
I'm not stopping again. Alright, we make this tire last to the end, I guess. That's such a joke. I don't know what the hell happened there, but that's a joke. That's a freaking joke. I don't know how much time we lost with that spin out and then Albon crashing into us, but whatever. What is going on in that corner? It's like we don't have the downforce through there. It's like all of a sudden we don't have downforce through that corner. Oh my god, this is a joke. This is a joke. How are you gonna tell me that's not flat out? We lost so much time. Well, you can forget about points now. We're probably not gonna score points. At this rate, I don't even know if I care anymore. Just got so screwed over. Hamilton ran right into me, and then... Oh. Well, I don't even know what's going to happen when I come through this next section. I don't even know why this isn't flat. Why am I spinning out right here? It should be flat out. I didn't even do anything wrong. I just kept my foot flat, and all of a sudden the back end just stepped out. We're 17 seconds behind Latifi now. I don't get Codemaster's physics sometimes. Like, a modern F1 car shouldn't be spinning out through there. Unless there's maybe some kind of... You know, unless there's a car in front and you have no downforce. But I was in clean air. So that just doesn't make any sense to me. Car feels horrible on the hard tire. This tire is terrible. It's so bad. Oh my god. I'm so nervous coming through there every time now. So I don't know if the car's gonna stick or not. I need a safety car. That's what I need. I really could use a safety car.
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
Yeah, it is only season 1, but we've had really good races in the past, and this is my home race as well, and it was going really well, and then just the spin out. I was in the points. I was like P7, I think. I can't do anything about it now. It is what it is. Like I said, no flashbacks career. That's the bad part of a no flashbacks career, is moments like that. A safety car would really bring us back into the fight. Gap isn't coming down as fast as I would like it to the cars in front. I was hoping it would come down a lot sooner, a lot quicker, and a lot more, but it is what it is. Driver in front.
Latifi just ahead, push for position. The gap to the car ahead is 13.4 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:38.7. You're gaining by 1.6 seconds a lap.
Well, he's going to stop again as well. Oh, alright, thank you for tuning in and checking out this race. I'm sorry it couldn't go any better so far. Well, it was going fine, but yeah, it sucks that this race has gone as how it's gone. Just hope we can recover a decent result. $11 laps to the end or something like that. 12 laps to the end.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the softs.
Well, there's a bunch of people pitting. They're on the medium tire. Dang it, that might just kill our chances. Oh, unless we're faster.
Car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres.
No DRS. I needed that DRS. See if we can push and catch Russell. He's going to give us DRS. We're going to be catching. Man, that Ferrari, I was hoping we could maybe pass a Ferrari. I don't care, I'm overtaking Russell. I'm going for this. Well, we made that work. I'll take it.
We're going to box this lap.
No, we're
Push
not.
hard on the in-lap.
No, we're not. We're taking this to the end. We have so much tire wear to play with this tire. We're taking it to the end.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
Grosjean is just up ahead. There's a lot of traffic ahead. You never know what could happen. We could get into the top 15. That's the objective for right now. Let's just try to push into the top 15. We have so much fuel to play with, we gotta start using it. Leclerc's going to pull away from this with this traffic and DRS and everything, but hopefully the traffic also slows him down in the slower stuff, because we're going to need that in order to catch. Starting to struggle on the tires just a bit.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
Maybe just a distant toe. Gosh, just can't catch fast enough, or not fast enough. I have to hope that that tire deteriorates quickly. Bit of overtake push. Just that little too far back to have DRS. Come on. Now we have fuel and ERS to play with. Let's try to get past these guys on the back straight. I really needed to be good through there. It's critical that I be good through there.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Lighting up the rear tires too much.
No need to worry about tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Come on. I'm a freaking idiot.
Gap to car in front is 3.6 seconds.
How could I not make that overtake stick? That was so dumb. I thought I would slow down. I went to go out brake Grosjean, and it just didn't work out.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Easily one of my dumbest mistakes ever. Can't believe I made that dumb mistake. This race has just been crap.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Ah! Losing so much time on this tire with this damage. Season 1 over yet? God.
This is your final lap of the race.
Might as well just deploy all the ERS we got. No point in holding on to it.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.4 seconds. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
We're not catching Grosjean. We're gonna finish behind the Haas cars. It's been a very difficult race. It's been one of the crappiest races of the whole season, but we gotta finish it. Thank God that's over. Thank God it's over.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
God, that was the crappiest race ever. Got totally screwed over in that one.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Let's see how the driver standings have changed. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
It's another clear win for Mercedes.
We should have
as they
been in the
managed to
points,
secure
man.
the Constructors' title. An incredible
Look at where
performance
Sainz
for the
finished.
whole team.
We could have been
I'm
up there.
equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
There's not much to see from the highlights. The first lap was pretty good. I want to see the onboard of that, but other than that, yeah. Just... that's one to forget about. And again, I did not slow down as much as I thought I would. Been that kind of day, man. It's been that kind of a day. Alright, let's just watch the first lap on board, because we actually had a good first lap, a good start. Oh, letter perfect on sides. That Renault being so slow almost caught me out. Let me see that onboard from Sign's point of view. Nope. I had it. Now go to Carlos. See that start from his point of view, his perspective. He left the door open. He left the door open, so I had to take it. So you can see, oh yeah, the race director page. Well, they won the constructors, I think. So Merck won the constructors, but the drivers has not been decided. But with Hamilton falling out of the points, that's going to help Bottas a lot. Yeah, that helps Bottas actually take a 10-point lead. That incident with Hamilton has changed championship by a lot. And we could have fought for the podium with this one. We easily could have fought for the podium.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
It was a horrible day.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
It genuinely didn't feel like we had enough downforce.
There was quite a lot of contact today, wasn't there? Great. Well, that's everything.
Just have to eat this one and get ready to go for it again in Season 2 when we come back here. That was not an ideal race at all. That was terrible. You still got that cheap, that cheap aerodynamics. That's our version of a wind tunnel. Guy blowing air out of a hose. So we have to adapt more parts for next season, which is fine. Continue adapting. I think do we just have one more? Yeah, we just have one more on the engine side of things. Adapt that part, and we should be pretty much good to go. Yeah, we can get this all adapted. We have plenty of time. 47 days. Oh, that's a piece of cake. 47 days. We should have this all adapted in no time. Difficult weekend to absorb there, but we'll have to put it all past us very quickly because we have to turn around and go to... Where are we going to next? Isn't it Mexico? Then Brazil? I think there's 2 races remaining. Yep, there are. There's 2 more remaining. Tell you what, let's knock them out tomorrow. We'll get the season over with tomorrow. At least we didn't DNF, but the P17 is not a very happy place to be finishing, especially considering where we started and the potential we had for that race. But it is what it is. Advance the time, I guess.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright. Biggest thing is failure chance reduction. I think it's the biggest thing. Which department needs it the most? Let's see. Aerodynamics, chassis. Yeah, aerodynamics or chassis. Either one of those. We'll go with the... Oh, it's this way. We'll go with the chassis department. Yeah, let's just do that. Where can I see the tire allocation? Okay. Yeah, we'll go balanced. It gives us flexibility. We're just kind of in that midfield pack right now, so why not go with something that's kind of balanced? Wet qualifying, but dry race conditions for the Mexican Grand Prix. But at least we finished our home race. Could have been more, but we, like I said, let's just put it past us. That'll do it. Tomorrow we'll probably knock out the season finale. that's all that remains. 2 race weekends. And Season 1 is history. I'll be glad to finally be able to say that Season 1 is over. It'll be so nice. And exit to the main menu. Only 2 hours, not bad, not bad.